In the playoffs, you're going to get a lot of stuff. You're going to get, there might be the other team might get 4 power plays. Things might not go your way, and you got to hang in there. And you need everybody to hang in there. You can't get frustrated. If something's not working.
It's not fucking working the last 10 days.
You can't just get frustrated. And I thought, for the most part, we didn't really get frustrated. I know some of the penalties, some of the guys were, and I think some were legit, I guess. But I did, I actually was getting more mad than the players, which I like that they weren't, so they hung in there. So yeah, that's a playoff temperament, 100%. I've been bouncing around, wing, center. I don't think that's fair to the kid. I think he's a centerman, and tonight, I'm not saying him because he got 2 goals. I was right. I just think he's a centerman. Just the way his positional play. If there's a mistake, he's in the right position. I can tell. He just knows where to go in certain situations. He doesn't cheat the game, blocks a shot at the end. That's why we acquired him. So for now, I'd like to keep him at center. So we took a lot of penalties. Penalty was great. Obviously, Denver, a couple of those unreal backdoor plays were phenomenal. For the most part, I like the effort. It's a long road trip coming back. The one-day turnaround. It's always scary, and I thought for the most part, the effort was there for the circumstances. We hung in there. Like I said, you obviously don't want to give the team that many penalties. I mean, there was a lot of penalties you had to kill, but like I said, we hung in there. Denver was great. Got some timely goals. Lindholm actually had a super game for us. So it was a game that I'm sure people are like, hey, what coming from that long trip, how we would react, and I thought the guys did a really nice job. Got to give them a lot of credit.
How much do you take away from the way that your team acted in this game and played, I guess, through the emotion?
Yeah, I thought for the most part it was good. A little bit in the second, mismanaged the puck. We got but not as much. I think the game in Detroit, I think we learned from that 3 when we were up 3-1. I thought we were a lot better handling that lead.
And you needed to save. You got it from him tonight.
Yeah, those backdoor plays of the power play were outstanding. I mean, those are tap-ins, and he came from nowhere. So yeah, he was super tonight. Super.
And you said this morning that you hope to know more in the afternoon about Dakota's, how the assessment came back. Can you tell us how long he'll be out, what the time frame is?
I can't give you an exact, but it doesn't look like he's going to play next game either. But I can't go further than that. Still I got to sit with the doctors and whatever the plan is from there.
How do you think McCabe played on that line?
I think he was okay. I think he was a little bit better. I thought he skated a little bit better tonight.
Coach, this morning you mentioned that you guys were happy with the results, but maybe not the process. And as a process guy, you were looking for more. Did you get the sense after this 2 points that the group is in the same mindset? They're happy with the win, but not particularly satisfied overall?
Yeah, I think they could. I think the guys are, it was a hard-fought win. I think, we stayed overnight in Chicago, and I think that really helped us too for today. We'll get a practice tomorrow, and then we'll see how we react at the next game. I don't think we'll have a morning skate. I think we got to really manage their energy level. This next week, this whole week's a really tough trip for us. We just come off one. We got big turnarounds. I think we fly out Sunday, play Monday after a 4-hour flight. There's a lot of things are testing this team, and it's good for us. So we'll see how we handle it.
Do you think Höglander fits Pettersson better now than he did at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think Hoggy early this season was playing fancy. Sometimes when you're a guy like him, you play with good players. You start. I think if you watch him, he was outstanding in the corners. His corner work has just been the last month, and he was playing a little nasty tonight too. I love that about him. Like he was just getting in there. So had a couple of chances there too. So yeah, no, I actually liked Hoggy's game again tonight. He fits that bill of being a nasty. He's in the corners. He's taking the puck to the net. If he can stay with that and not get too fancy, I think he can really climb the ladder on that.
Demko's had a bit of a run of games here. Certainly he looks fresh right now, and we assume when you get that back-to-back on the road next week that you'll split starts. But beyond that, do you feel the need to kind of manage him a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Clarkie's really good at that stuff. We're going to make sure he gets his days off, his times to work with Clarkie, and we might have to run Casey a couple of games just to get that science of it. But yeah, we've been mapping it out here for the future.
With Petey, with Lindholm at center and Petey on the wing, I know there's some kind of big picture decisions about Elias and where he might fit, and I know generally he's been regarded as a center. Do you have to kind of mind that line a little bit in terms of the big picture view with the organization and where he fits versus maybe what you need from him now?
Yeah, for now I think we're fine. But yeah, I mean, I think if they can play well together, it can be a hybrid type of thing, which is good. But you saw Lindholm on the right side at faceoffs. I don't know what his faceoff percentage, but he won some big draws for us. That's a luxury. I have to have him out there on those situations. That's a huge luxury. So, Petey can, for now adjust, and we can go from there.
With the 4-minute power play,
Yeah.
a little bit longer look at the second power play unit than maybe you do in other games. Did you like what Höglander brought at the net front in that role?
Yeah, I didn't think we had the. I'm going to put him out there again. I don't know if we got pucks. I wish we got the pucks more around the net, because that's his strength of getting loose and being a dog on the bone around the net. And I don't think we got the pucks to the net. Definitely he wasn't a problem there. Like he's a guy, for me, if we get a chance, we should throw the pucks to the net a lot more when he's around, because he can get underneath big guys and any kind of power plays. The best power plays have really good retrievals, and he's a really good retrieval guy. So that's why, getting him out there. So he definitely deserves to get out there again, 100%.
And we saw Demko try for the empty net. Have you ever seen a goalie goal in person before? Or?
Yeah, I actually, Ron Hextall. I was actually on the bench when he scored. It's pretty cool. That was years ago, 87 against Boston. He might have been. I don't know if he's the first or the second goalie ever to get it. Over in Billy Smith. You guys should know. Second. There you go. See, you're right. That's right. Who was first? Billy Smith? No.
Billy Smith,
but he didn't shoot it though.
Like he was the last guy.
He did so. really, Ron Hextall is the first guy to. Okay.
Are you, when you're sitting there on the bench, are you able to root for a goalie goal? What's going through your mind?
Well, I think the fans wanted it more than anybody. You'd love to see it, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I think everybody in this, you could hear the fans shoot it. So it's kind of cool.
Keep on set.
Seems like I think you don't have to spend all these.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.